Wembley. The name alone synonymous with historic events and groundbreaking performances. For the first time, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is in the UK, and there is no show in the world like the BKFC. Folks, we start with the free prelims, the preview, if you will, kicking things off with heavyweight firepower. What a way to kick things off here in the OVO Arena. And then we go to that exciting main card that a lot of folks are talking about. It's stacked, but of course the co-main event, Connor Tierney, Joe Elmore, absolute dynamite in the squared circle. And the main event, absolutely incredible, folks. The whole combat sports world is watching as Michael Venom Page makes his debut in BKFC against Platinum Mike Perry. And here we are, folks, BKFC 27 London, here in the OVO Arena, Wembley. I'm Cyrus Fees. What a night it is going to be. We are going to kick things off with a preview, but that is the perfect time to throw down that $4.99 and get the BKFC app. Because not only are you going to get tonight, you're going to get 4 events for $4.99, no joke. We're talking about Albuquerque next week, BKFC Thailand number 3, and then it'll be Great Falls, Montana for BKFC 29. And folks, what if I told you I could make it even better? We got a brand new partner here at BKFC, and that is DraftKings Sportsbook. And with this promo code, Knuckles, any new user, if you throw down a $1 bet on this event, you're going to get $100 back in free bets. Pay for the entire thing and then some, right? It's very easy. Use that promo code, Knuckles. That's with DraftKings. Get the app. Make it happen. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the props to watch here. Now, the numbers have been moving here. Mike Perry still coming in as an underdog. That is a good bet to make. We don't know what Page is going to look like inside of the squared circle. Joe Elmore, if he wins, it always comes by way of knockout. That's what happens. If you like Elmore, go for the knockout in this one. And then Goodjohn, he's a favorite, but not by a lot. Still a good bet to make. Those are your props to watch on this incredible night there with DraftKings. Once again, promo code Knuckles. Now, let's go to the ringside, and let's talk to our announced team. Of course, the great voice of BKFC, Sean Wheelock, in the walking fight of the night, Chris Lytle. First to you, Sean. Now, obviously, you've been a part of so many big fights, and especially in this organization, but the curiosity from the fight world, when you got a guy like Michael Venom Page for the first time taking on the polarizing Mike Perry, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
There's a huge buzz in the UK, in the US, in the fight world about this bout of 175 pounds. Our main event this evening, really intriguing. Michael Venom Page versus Platinum Mike Perry. Cyrus, so often Chris Lytle and myself talk about range fights. This is the quintessential range fight. It's really this simple. Michael Venom Page wants to stay on the outside, control the distance from long range. Mike Perry wants to work his way to the inside, stay on the inside, and land his power shots.
Let me switch it over to you, Chris, as we take a look at that co-main event, which has a lot of hype as well, Tierney and Elmore. You've kind of been in Elmore's shoes before, coming across the pond, fighting bare knuckle in the UK, but he's been handling it tremendously. So much confidence and a little touch of crazy as well, maybe a little bit more than a touch. How can you describe the way Joe Elmore's been handling himself?
Well, I don't think anybody can describe the way Joe handles things, but I know when I was in this situation, you feel different coming over here. You know this is where bare knuckle originated. It has this nostalgic feel to come back. It's fantastic. You get a good feeling in your stomach. However, a little different because you know you're coming in as the underdog, the person that everybody in this country wants to lose, so people handle that different. Some do well. Some people don't do quite as well, but I mean, look at how Joe in the press conference the other day, he was sweating through his shirt. You know, he's fired up. This guy is using this. He's been waiting for this for a year. He cannot wait to get in here. He wants to prove everybody wrong, knowing he is the best fighter at this weight class. He cannot wait to get in there and punch his opponent.
Well, let's lay it all out, how the rules work here in BKFC before we start our first bout. The rules here at BKFC, 5 2-minute rounds, 10 minutes of action, all bouts scored by 3 judges with the 10-point must system. Hand wraps got to be 1 inch below the knuckles. Punching in the active clinch, 100% legal. No 3 knockdown rule, no being saved by the bell in any round. And of course, this is not MMA, so no kicks, no knees, no elbows, and no takedowns or submissions. So there's the rules, but it's time to get to the action. So let's do exactly that and go to the Crescent Tools tail of the tape.
We will open BKFC London with a bout in the heavyweight division. Brett May versus Rob Cunningham. You see the numbers. They are presented indeed by Crescent Tools.
And Sean, a couple things just leap out of the page on you right here. Look at that weight difference. That might be the biggest weight difference we've ever seen, 60-something pounds. Not only that, but a 6-inch reach advantage for Rob Cunningham. So Brett May's going to have to get inside and solve that distance. But every time Rob Cunningham has to be able to throw that punch, make Brett May pay for it, closing that gap.
Rob Cunningham, veteran of 2 bare-knuckle bouts, 2 pro MMA bouts, told us in our fighter meeting he feels he has very fast hands for a big heavyweight. He also told us, Chris, he feels he has the ability to read fights extremely well.
Not only does he have fast hands, but he's very heavy-handed. I mean, this guy, almost 300 pounds, you have to know that's there. Wants to come in, throw a lot of straight punches. He feels like his opponent's going to come in, hit him with the uppercut as he comes in.
Cunningham said, I expect heavy forward pressure from my opponent in this bout, Brett May. I'm going to meet that with heavier forward pressure, straight punches as he throws wide.
Very smart about one thing. He said he wants to utilize a clinch if possible. If you're 60 pounds big for the opponent, you get in there, you lean on him, you wear him out. It makes the rest of the fight that much easier, Sean.
Cunningham said, I'm going to keep walking forward, continually walk down Brett May. I want to make this a rough and rugged fight. He's a good mover, but I believe May will struggle when I push him backwards.
Push him backwards, throw straight down the pipe. If he feels like if he can put that weight behind it, land that one good punch, that should be the end of the night for Brett May. I mean, just a massive human being there, Sean.
Brett May enters 2-0 in bare knuckle, 21-0 in his amateur boxing career. May told us with a big smile on his face that he likes to be an entertainer. He said, my goal is to come in, have fun, make the crowd remember me, and record a big knockout.
Definitely wants to stay in the pocket, push the pace. Sean, you were 100% accurate there. I don't think I've ever seen a guy so happy in our fighter meeting. Happy all the time, smiling, almost cracking jokes. I was like, this guy's ultra confident right now. He feels like he cannot get beat. That's what happens when you're 21-0. Feels unstoppable right now.
May, naturally right-handed, he said, I might start southpaw. I will definitely continually switch stances in this bout. I like to enter and enter on angles.
Very strange for somebody being that much smaller. He said he wants to pressure and attack the whole time. So, got to be careful doing that, but if you can push a big guy backwards, you have an excellent chance. Yeah.
To get BKFC 27 started, we send it to the always outstanding Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the OVO Arena, Wembley, here in beautiful London, England. And welcome to BKFC 27. Our free view tonight gets kicked off with 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division, presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears white and gold. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, his official weight 297 1/2 pounds. He holds an MMA record of 1 victory opposite a single defeat, and for the 3rd time as a bare-knuckle fighter, he is looking for victory number 1. Fighting out of Deeside, North Wales, here is Rob Cunningham. And across the ring, his opponent, Fighting of the blue corner, wearing black and gold. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 235 pounds even. He holds an undefeated bare knuckle record at 2-0. Fighting out of Doncaster, England, here is the undefeated Brett Machine May. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
This and all bouts this evening are scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. They are scored by 3 judges, assigned by the ISKA on the 10-point must system. Immediate start off the scratch line from Brett May. He's in the black trunks, white trunks for Rob Cunningham. As soon as referee Andrew Glenn called knuckle up, May immediately leapt into the pocket, Chris.
Very aggressive, just like he said he'd be. He continues to come with it.
Lead left hook, straight right hand. Onslaught of punches. Clinch initiated by Rob Cunningham.
And he just keeps coming every time he's coming with that big left hook.
See the entry left hook. No answer right now for Cunningham defensively from that left hook of May, just like that on cue.
I mean, Cunningham needs to get off first right now. You know exactly what's coming.
Hook to the body this time on the entry.
Stop. Step back, stop. Step back, step back. Don't hug, gentlemen, don't hug. Knuckle up.
Knuckle up again. There's that left hook, and the walk down punches from May. Cunningham playing a lot of defense here in round number 1. Now Cunningham rights to the body.
Step back.
60 seconds remaining round number 1.
Cunningham needs to step forward and really put that right hand out there. He said if he could throw it straight down the pipe, it feels like he can win, but he hasn't thrown the punch yet.
Rights to the body, now to the head from Cunningham.
Stop. Step back, step back. Knuckle up.
Andrew Glenn getting a good work rate in. We're just in round number 1. 40 seconds remaining in this opening round.
Step back.
See the trickle of blood on the head of Rob Cunningham.
Sean, and a lot of these guys haven't had fights where you're allowed to clinch, so I think it's going to take...
Counter right hand, and now Cunningham is getting his offense going with that right hand.
He's such a big guy. If he lands a punch, it's got to hurt you.
Short right hand, the left hook lands on the inside from Brett May. Underhook landed, now the left hand from Rob Cunningham back into the clinch, and the break from Andrew Glenn.
He's showing that inside grappling, that inside pushing and pulling. That is so tiring. A lot of these guys are not used to it. It's a total different style of fight.
That's ruled a slip, and correctly so by Andrew Glenn. Final seconds, round number 1. Lead left hook on the entry again, just before the bell. Next stop, round 2.
Very interesting round. I've never seen people clinch, I don't think, more than that. So we talked about that earlier. These guys are not used to the clinch, so it might be a little bit different for them.
No chance of you, Doug. Drink.
You're with us worldwide online for our free view. We're at famed Wembley Arena, next door to famed Wembley Stadium in London. BKFC 27. Top of the hour, our main card will begin. Of course, main evented by a highly anticipated in the combat sports world middleweight fight, Michael Venom Page versus Platinum Mike Perry. You can watch it on the all-new BKFC app.
Focus, big deep breaths. Big water. Let's go, brother. Big relax, and let's throw our shots. Yeah? Right?
This is what I've been doing in rounds now. Come on.
This is it. Yeah. That's one out way. Nice and steady this time. Nice and tight. You've landed some beautiful shots. You've cut him. Left up, yeah?
Seconds out. Go.
Come on.
Seconds out.
Seconds out cold, set for round number 2 of this heavyweight fight.
Gentlemen, listen to me. Don't hold. Don't hold. Knuckle up, right? Let's fight. Touch it up. Here we go. Knuckle up.
Start of round number 2, and to the surprise of no one, Brett May again throws that entry left hand, now rights to the body from Rob Cunningham.
Brett May's throwing those punches and getting in, but then he smothers himself. You can't throw punches if you're grabbing like that. He needs to let go and let hands go.
Overhook held down, half tie plumb from Brett May. Turning 360 is Cunningham, and he takes the left hook again.
The 360 is ever a good move when it comes to bare knuckles, Sean.
In any combat sport, Chris. Maybe in Muay Thai and Letway, but very rarely. Right hands to the body, and again from Cunningham. Cunningham, 2.5 pounds shy on this scale, weighing in for this bout of 300 pounds. Heard Andrew Glenn say no hold. There's that left hook once more. Right hand, there's the rear right uppercut from Cunningham.
Cunningham's doing some good body work right there. It's not really as powerful as it could be, but he's still landing a lot of good punches there. It looks like May's going to get a little tired.
55 seconds remaining, round number 2 of this heavyweight bout.
I mean, May just keeps grabbing right there. He gets inside, he needs to start throwing punches.
Short right hand in the clinch from Cunningham.
And those little punches to the head aren't really doing it. You need to break and create some space and land big punches.
I think there have been more breaks from referee Andrew Glenn in this bout than he's had in his entire refereeing career in BKFC. And on cue, he breaks again.
Watch your head coming in. Watch your head coming in. Knuckle up!
With the admonition from Glenn to Cunningham, watch your head coming in. Right back into the clinch. Again, if you're new to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, under this modern rule set, fighting in the active clinch is allowed. Active clinch means you have to be punching.
And I would like to see at this point, you know May's coming in. I would like to see Cunningham try and create some space, push his opponent off, shoulder shrug, and come back with a good right hand.
Call of no wrestling from Andrew Glenn. The bell, that's the end of round 2.
Sean, I was hoping after the first round they were able to clinch a lot. They could get that out of their system and they would just start fighting, but they're clinching even more. I think they're getting a little bit tired.
You're around it, you're winning when you go first, yeah? Straight to it every single time, yeah?
And right here, Sean, here's that little spin around 360 move. Never a good idea to turn around like that, because look exactly what happened. I didn't even notice that May was able to land a good left hook, because when you don't see a punch coming, it's very difficult to block.
We don't quit. You're never going to quit in your life. You ain't quitting now. Come on. Right. Oh, it's a nice fucking tight boxing. No gripping. Just flick them out if you have to. Get around to recover, yeah? Don't throw them big bombs. Just flick some shots out. Come on. You're doing good here now. This is it.
1, 2. Yeah. Right. 1, 2 straight. Right, you listening? 1, 2 straight.
Come on. This is it now.
Set for round number 3. Brett May, 6'3", weighed in at 235. Rob Cunningham, 6'4", weighed 297.5. It's May largely been initiating the sequences with that left hook. Time before the bell, it starts round 3.
Can't see. Can't focus.
Can't see. Can't see.
Can't see. What's that? Where's the doctor?
Brett May is saying, I can't focus, I can't see.
He said,
struggling focus, see. Can't see. Look right here, how many fingers? 2. No.
You can't see?
No, you can't see till the fight's over.
Fight is over. Dr. Don Musi, Chief Medical Officer, just told Andrew Glenn, the referee, if he can't see the fight's over, Glenn ends it just like that. The win in his BKFC debut for Rob Cunningham.
Sean, that was so weird because he was answering the questions right. How many fingers? 2, 3, 1. And then he goes, can you see it? He said no. And he goes, okay. That's a way out for the doctor knows if you say you can't see, the fight is over.
Brett May did some very good things in that fight. He was largely landing that entry left hook unabated versus Rob Cunningham. May had a big opening round number 1. Cunningham started to get a bit more of his offense going latter stages of round 1. Fairly even in round 2. Cunningham was landing in the clinch to the body, but largely May was dictating the tempo of that fight.
Sean, one thing happens when you're used to winning, used to hitting people and knocking them out, and it doesn't happen, you don't knock them out, then your confidence starts going. You start questioning yourself, and it gets very difficult to go out there and fight when you're not confident anymore. So that might have happened right there. May might have been like, what is going on? I've hit this guy with things that knock people out, and it didn't knock him out. You never know what that means. It's always good to have been very well experienced before you get at this level.
Big smile on the face of Rob Cunningham. Well done, showing a lot of perseverance, a lot of tenacity and toughness. Fighting through those big left hooks, and he gets the victory. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our ringside doctor calls a stop to the fight at the conclusion of round number 2. For your winner by TKO, Rob Cunningham.
Good job by lasting through the first round, getting him some experience right there, trying to pick it up a little bit as the fight went on for Rob Cunningham. I'd like to see him fight again for us and see if that experience helps him out next time.
The heavyweight division is deep in BKFC. And you see the heavyweights here it's our first time in the United Kingdom. Brett May, a strong start, finding that entry left hook. but perseverance, determination from Rob Cunningham to the victory. The winner, by way of second-round TKO due to physician stoppage, Rob Cunningham defeats Brett May.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship brought to you by OnlyFans. DraftKings Sportsbook, download and use promo code KNUCKLES. Crescent Tools. 8-Man Strong. And the upcoming film, Skill House, starring at 50 Cent and Bryce Hall. How far would you go for clout? Later on tonight, as we take a look at our OnlyFans exclusive look, Connor Tierney and Joe Elmore. There is Connor Tierney making his way in to the OVO Arena, Wembley. What a night it's going to be, and that co-main is going to definitely deliver. Let's go to the tail of the tape, brought to you by Crescent Tools.
To the welterweights we go. Franco Tenaglia versus Chasa Symonds.
Once again here, Sean, huge difference in reach. Tenaglia's got a 7-inch reach to get him. Chasa's going to have to really get on the inside, utilize that high-level boxing he has to work his way inside. Franco's going to have to keep him away with that jab and pepper him with that too.
In an era when social media stars become boxers, Chasa Symonds is a very accomplished professional boxer who here in the United Kingdom has become a big social media star. 29-7 in his pro boxing career. He's 2-1 in bare knuckle. Symonds said, I want to showcase my boxing in this fight. His words slick. He said, I want to be slick throughout.
Wants to put on a boxing thing. He feels like he knows his opponent wants to get inside, do the clinch work. He wants to counter every time that happens, step out, angle, move, and make his opponent pay every time he tries to get close.
Symonds said of his Argentine opponent, Franco Tenaglia, I expect him to start fast, come forward aggressively. I'm going to beat him with straight punches. Symonds said, and this is a direct quote, I've forgotten more about boxing than Tenaglia has ever learned.
Sean, I like it when you say Symonds says too. That's kind of cracking me up. But Symonds said he does want to get in there, utilize his combos, get in and out. Don't stay in close where his opponent can grab him. Kind of easy. We talked about that. He has to stay calm, cool, and utilize that boxing ability. That's his key to victory right there.
Symonds was very candid in our fighter meeting. He said, when I get emotional, I make mistakes, and that's when I lose. Literally, all I have to do to win this fight is stay calm and trust in my boxing. From Argentina, now based in Spain, Franco Tenaglia. He's had 22 pro kickboxing matches, 11 MMA bouts. This is his bare knuckle debut. Tenaglia told us he prides himself on a very aggressive style. He said, I like to fight in the pocket, and I will absolutely take chances to record a knockout.
Taking chances, what you talk about. As I said, one thing I really like, he's a brave fighter. By brave, he means he will risk whatever it takes to get in there use that good head movement, use those fast hands to land hard punches, but does not mind trading like you talked about.
Tenaglia said of Chasa Symonds, he's a good boxer, he has outstanding experience, but I feel that he is slow. I'm going to be a level, if not 2 levels faster than him. Straight punches and keep pushing a high pace throughout.
I loved what he said too. He said, I'm either going to knock him out in the first, knock him out in the second, or if not, he's going to suffer for as long as the fight goes. The next few rounds, he will really suffer. So I was like, man, this guy's ultra confident, he's ultra aggressive, and he's ultra fired up today.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He wears white and gold. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, an even 160 pounds. His veterans boxing record stands at 29 victories opposite 7 defeats. And he holds a bare knuckle record of 1 victory opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Croydon, South London, England. Here is Chasa, Real Talk, Symonds. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, an even 163 pounds. He is a kickboxing veteran of 22 fights, and tonight makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Alicante, Spain, by way of Buenos Aires, Argentina. Here is Franco Tenaglia. And our referee in charge of the action, Mike Belgrave.
BKFC debut for the very experienced and talented combat sports referee Mike Belgrave. See both fighters already up to scratch. Simon said, I'm going to explode off of the scratch line with my jab.
Keep it clean. Get on with it. Knuckle up. Box.
Round number 1. Black trucks for Franco Tenaglia, and he has the fast start off the scratch line. White trucks for Chasa Symonds.
Break.
Ruled as a slip.
Tenaglia is just
Don't hit him on the floor.
vicious right now. Look at him. He has a look. He wants to take this guy's head off.
Low stance for the Argentine, Franco Tenaglia. Hooks from Symonds, back out of the pocket.
I mean, Symonds was almost dismissive of his opponent when we were in our fighter meeting, Sean. He acted like he had nothing for him. But I think he's finding out this guy's coming to fight.
On the counter, Symonds comes forward and takes the right hand from Tenaglia into the clinch.
Step back.
1:15 remaining, round number 1. There's the jab, the hook to the head.
Keep them feet on the floor. Box.
Belgrave telling Tenaglia you have to keep your feet on the floor, meaning on the canvas, of course. Free left hook, counter right hand. Tenaglia landed that. Symonds taking himself off balance. Good left hand again. Big shots, both fighters down. We'll see how Belgrave rules this. A double slip.
2.
Now Belgrave starts counting.
Whoa.
Belgrave wiped the hands and then started counting. I've never seen that before.
A little surprised by that one.
Step to the left.
I mean, he did get hit, but I don't think that's what caused the knockdown.
So that's ruled a knockdown in favor of Franco Tenaglia. Symonds coming forward after taking the mandatory 8 from Belgrave. Overhand right, counter left hook from Symonds. Symonds now circling out, switch of stances from Tenaglia. To the southpaw stance, to the body goes Tenaglia, to the head goes Symonds. Overhand left from Chasa Symonds. Overhand right misses from Franco Tenaglia. Final seconds, round number 1. There's the left hook from Franco Tenaglia.
And Sean, you can just see a power difference right now. Every time Tenaglia hits him, you can see Symonds' head moving. His whole body shaking a little bit right there. Chasa Symonds is having very good boxing, landing some good punches, but there's just a huge power difference right there, and size difference.
The end of round 1. This is the start of round number 1. Symonds talked about the fast start, Chris. Instead, it was the fast start for Tenaglia.
Tenaglia came right after. You can tell he has no respect for his opponent. He feels like he can just hit him at will. It's way too strong for him.
Now, this is ruled a knockdown by referee Mike Belgrave. And a knockdown against Symonds ruled a slip on Tenaglia.
Yeah, I didn't really see the knockdown right there, Sean.
All of that fucking standing up and looking at me some fucking Samson. You ain't no Samson.
Symonds is going to have to really utilize some good technical boxing right now. Be very smart about how he does this. Tenaglia is just coming. Look at that look on his face right now. Tenaglia is a beast, and he's coming after his prey right now.
Mike Belgrave calling both fighters up to scratch. Round number 2. Rangefinder jab from Tenaglia to start the second round.
Tenaglia switch it up right now.
So whether you agree with it, whether we agree with it, whether the fans, the fighters in their corners agree with it, most importantly, whether the judges agree with it or not, that was ruled a knockdown. So, in theory, 10-8 round number 1 for Franco Tenaglia. Big shots. There's the left hand, overhand right back from Chasa Symonds.
Like I said, Symonds even landing punches, but he's still falling backwards.
Tenaglia, low stance coming forward. See, heavy on the front foot. Think about the backgrounds, combat sports-wise, of these two. Tenaglia, 22 pro kickboxing bouts, 36 pro boxing bouts for Chasa Symonds. You see it right there in the footwork and in the movement. Good entry, left hand, overhand right, then the counter left by Symonds on the exit.
Total strikes very even right now.
Smear of blood on the face of Chasa Symonds. He was cut in round number 1. Tenaglia wiping his hands on his trunks. See the pawing jab from the Englishman from Croydon, Chasa Symonds. Symonds again pawing with the jab, resetting, pulling this fight back to the center of the ring. 40 seconds remaining, round number 2 of this welterweight bout. Triple jab, nothing lands, but it takes Tenaglia off his striking line.
Dipping that head down, he's got to be careful that lead uppercut doesn't land.
See continual movement from Chasa Symonds. Now into the entry. There's the left hook, right hand. Symonds did well to slip under. Left hook to the body, left hook to the head from Tenaglia. Overhand left, straight right. There's the left hand. Second cut on the face now of Symonds.
Symonds showing a lot of toughness right now. You can tell every time he gets hit, he gets knocked down just like that.
That is a clean knockdown. No controversy there. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round under this BKFC rule set.
9, 10.
The count of 10 reached by Mike Belgrave, and a huge win for the Argentine based in Spain in his BKFC debut, Franco Tenaglia.
It was just a matter of time, Sean, until he landed that one big punch. Symonds showed a lot of head movement, a lot of skills, a lot of slickness by avoiding that for that long, but once it landed, that was it. And you can see here the jab that kind of started this thing going, that coming back with his own punch, and that's all it took. When he came back with his own punches, he opened himself up for that left hook. It landed right on the button. Like I said, Chasa Symonds did a great job of being elusive. He was just in there against a much bigger, much stronger, much heavy-handed guy than himself.
You see the double flag. Argentina and Spain. Nice moment now between these two fighters. Class in defeat from Chasa Symonds, and a first-class performance in victory for Franco Tenaglia. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Mike Belgrave, reaches the count of 10. At 1 minute 58 seconds into round number 2. For your winner by KO, Franco Tenaglia.
Tenaglia looked like an absolute savage out there. He looks like he's going to be a handful for anybody he fights in this division.
Franco Tenaglia told us, I will fight in the pocket, throw big shots, and take chances to record the knockout. That is exactly what he did. Chasa Symonds was game. Down with controversy in round number 1. Down and counted out with no controversy in round 2. The winner by way of second round KO, Franco Tenaglia defeats Chasa Symonds.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
It's time to get things going.
What is this? I don't know. We're all connected. I mean, we're all influencers. We all have millions of followers.
Yeah, sorry, I have tens of millions.
Here are the rules. If your phone is not near you at all times, you die. At the end of each round, if you have the fewest amount of views,
Do you know who I am?
you die.
Do you know how many followers I have?
There will only be one winner. And the rest?
Not gonna die in here.
We got work to do.
Ready for the big fight? Well, tonight, when you bet just $1, you'll get $100 in free bets, win or lose, no matter what. $1 on a first-round knockout, boom, get $100. $1 on the fight to go the distance, pow, get $100. Turn ding-ding into cha-ching. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Knuckles. Bet $1 to get $100 in free bets and get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook.
Crescent Tools presents our tale of the tape for this bout in the light heavyweight division. Conan Barbaru versus Dan Vinni.
You can see here, Vinni has a slight height advantage, 3 inches, also a 4-inch reach advantage. You know Conan's going to come in throwing hard punches the entire time, so Vinny's going to have to try and keep his opponent at bay, either with a jab or lots of times he wants to get inside and grab that clinch.
This is the bare knuckle and promotional BKFC debut for Dan Vinni. He's had an outstanding pro MMA career that spanned 52 bouts, including 1 in Bellator and 2 in Cage Warriors. Vinny's full-time job is teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to the United Arab Emirates military. He lives in Dubai. Of course, with that job, he is a high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Something that he told us he felt that he could implement in his clinch. We have seen that repeatedly in BKFC.
Sean, I liked a lot of what he had to say. He's a student of the game. You could tell he talked about bringing a lot of the old school style back, a lot of the cross-arm shell style, bringing back some stuff from the 1940s and 50s. So you know he's a student of this game.
Vinny directly mentioned Archie Moore, one of my all-time favorite fighters and personal heroes. Moore, in his outstanding world title pro boxing career, used the cross-arm defense, something he instilled in George Foreman. Vinny said, I haven't really seen that in bare knuckle. I'm going to implement it in my bare knuckle game.
Said he wants to make sure he's in the right range, in the right distance, in and out. Does not want to stay in the pocket, doesn't want to sit there and brawl. Wants to make this a smart, intelligent fight.
from Romania, Conan Barbaru. 2-1 in bare knuckle. He's also had 5 AMI MMA bouts. Describes himself as a very explosive fighter. Quite candidly, he said, I'm very explosive. I'm not that fast. I'm exploding into the punches.
And his opponent doesn't want to stay in the pocket. This guy wants to live in the pocket. Get in there, throw that overhand right. He feels like all it takes is one good punch, and he's knocking his opponent unconscious.
Barbaru said of Dan Vinni, I really respect his movement. I respect his jiu-jitsu, but I think he's a submission specialist in MMA. I don't see him as a striker, and I don't think that those skills are going to translate into this sport.
We definitely felt like the main thing with this was power. He's going to get in there and trade punches. He does not think his opponent can take his power. He just has to land that one good shot, and the fight will be over.
Barbaru said, I cannot get caught up in playing the clinch game with Dan Vinni. I can absolutely outstrike him. And again, very simply, Barbaru said, quite clear-eyed, there is no way Dan Vinni can knock me out. Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Presented to you by Skill House the Movie, starring 50 Cent and Bryce Hall. How far would you go for clout? Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears light blue. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, an even 187 pounds. He is an MMA veteran of 48 fights, and tonight makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of London, England, by way of Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. Here is Dan, the King of Mekong, Vinni. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, an even 186 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 2 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Transylvania, Romania. Here is Conan, the Terror of Transylvania, Barbaru. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Dan Vinni said of his Romanian opponent, Conan Barbaru, he's a wild striker with no real strategy. Those 2 factors make him extremely dangerous.
All right, hold on, gentlemen. Hands up, ready? Buckle up.
Round number 1, rapid fire start for Conan Barbaru. He's in the black trunks. Great trunks for Dan Vinni. Big shots from Barbaru. See Vinni trying to implement that Archie Moore-like cross-arm defense. And on the counter, down goes Barbaru. Ruled a slip from Dan Mergliata, right back to it. There's the level change into the clinch.
Barbaru's got to be careful because...
Big shots. We'll see what Mergliata says. He rules that and knockdown. Barbaru flat on his back.
Correctly, but Barbaru's got to be careful. He's winging punches. He's going to gas himself out.
Mandatory 8 count from Mergliata to Barbaru. 80 seconds remaining, round 1. Vinni now coming forward to the pocket. Short left hands. Big right hands now. Knockdown number 2.
And you can tell right now, look at Barbaru, he's staring at his hand. I think he wants out of this fight, Sean.
7. Okay?
Time called by Dan Mergliata. Mergliata asked Barbaru, is your hand broken? He said yes.
I think she broke his hand. Okay?
I mean, you can still fight with a broken hand, Sean. It's going to be up to him.
Still fight. Yeah, still fight. Okay, let's go. Ready?
This fight will continue. You see the cut in Barbaru's right brow. Wild swings, overhands. Vinni trying to stay tight and short with uppercuts. And that's knockdown number 3. No 3 knockdown rule in this BKFC rule set.
Sean, we've seen people get knocked down 3 times in the first round, come back to win.
That would be Kenny Lisea versus Noah Cutter.
But Barbaru's going to have to quit just winging his punches. He's going to have to set it up. It's so telegraphed, he's not going to land it.
25 seconds remaining, round number 1. Overhand right. Shots again on the inside from Dan Vinni. Huge swings.
There's another 360 here, Sean. I'm not real sure.
Barbaru covering up. The end could be near.
At one point there, Vinni did touch his hand. I'm surprised they didn't call that a knockdown.
Face your opponent, keep your hands
Final
up.
seconds,
Box.
round number 1. Overhand right to the body, and that ends the first round. What was Vinni telling us in our fighter meeting about Conan Barbaru? A wild striker with no real strategy.
Well, Barbaru better get a strategy, and he better get it here quick, because this was a great job done right now by Vinni. He continued to do that tie plum. Man, a lot of punches on the inside right here. This is totally legal. People don't understand it. You push the head down, you continue to hit the guy until he falls down. One of our favorite things to see there, but that was caused by those punches, so that is a legitimate knockdown.
Stand the outside, play with him. When he comes in, you hit that uppercut.
Not the hardest punches, but the most effective ones right there. He landed punches and it put his opponent on the canvas.
To have a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in boxing literally means nothing for that sport. To have a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in bare-knuckle fighting, quite frankly, can mean a lot. In fact, it can mean the victory for you. We've seen that with numerous fighters. Johnny Bedford, Thiago Alves, Hector Lombard.
Ready? Buckle up.
Isaac Doolittle comes to mind as well.
Round number 2. Big round number 1 for Dan Vinni. 10-7, perhaps even a 10-6 round for the Englishman from London. Barbaru trying to find his way back into this fight. Overhand right, that lands. Counter right hand from Vinni. Again, you see the turn from Barbaru.
Down.
Knockdown number 4.
3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Barbaru, when he throws those wild, he's not coming in.
The count of 10 taken by Barbaru. He accepts the defeat after that onslaught of punches from Dan Vinni. And that is a big win in his BKFC debut for Vinni. Barbaru, you can see Chris was clear-eyed on the canvas, looking directly at Mergliata on his knee. He just simply did not want to continue.
Every time he threw that right hand, he threw himself off balance. You can't throw it that hard. You telegraph it, people see it, and then when you miss, it knocks you off balance. You got to tighten that up. Hopefully you can watch this fight, go back, and correct those mistakes. That didn't hurt too bad, I'm sure.
Conan Barbaru came in extremely confident. He said he was going to establish himself on the inside, body, head to body, heavy punches. Dan Vinni, though, came out strong, showed a brief flash of that Archie Moore, George Foreman cross-arm defense, but really, it was the inside fighting with that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt pedigree, those short hooks and uppercuts.
I mean, it was difficult to do because Barbaru continued to throw those punches, those bombs. You can't block them like that. You just got to get out of the way and then counter, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Mergliata, reaches the count of 10 at 35 seconds into round number 2 for your winner by KO, Dan, the King of Mekong, Vinni.
Sean, Vinni looked fantastic in there, utilizing that clinch, controlling his opponent's head, landing good shots, showed that jiu-jitsu you talked about, and showed he's a good bare-knuckle fighter.
Dan Vinni taking control immediately, recording 3 knockdowns against Conan Barbaru in round number 1. And the final knockdown, number 4 of the fight, comes in round number 2. Barbaru on his knee, looking directly into the eyes of Dan Mergliata, taking the 10 count, and that's the fight. The winner by way of second round knockout, Dan Vinni defeats Conan Barbaru.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app. All here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app. Still only $4.99 a month.
So much history at Wembley Arena in London, England. This was a venue for the 1948 Summer Olympics, a phenomenal venue. It's so culturally important, not just in this city of London, but in this country of the United Kingdom. And of course, we're in the birthplace of bare knuckle fighting that fully evolved with Broughton's rules and the London prize ring rules in the 1700s. Tonight, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship makes its debut at OVO Arena, Wembley, in London, in the United Kingdom, Chris.
Sean, I remember when I first started hearing about bare knuckle, I said, what is going on? What is wrong with these people? I'd done MMA for years, and that used to be kind of the taboo, but I said, bare knuckle, what is wrong with these people? And then I watched the match, and before the match was over, I said, how do I get a hold of these people? I got to do it. You know, so my perception changed from what I thought to what reality is, and this is very highly skilled.
Coming up tonight, top of the hour, you can watch on the all-new BKFC app a stacked card, incredibly stacked. 9 fights that culminates in our main event at 175 pounds. Huge contrast in personalities and in styles. Michael Venom Page versus Platinum Mike Perry.
Absolutely. We talked about that earlier. I mean, Michael Venom Page, he's so slick, so creative. And once they get out there, punch, he's a pugilist. Punch and not get punched. He doesn't want to take damage. Why does he want to do that? Mike Perry, on the other hand, he does not mind taking damage. He wants to walk through and assert his dominance and hit you. He feels like if he hits you once, he's going to hurt you.
Contrast in personalities and in styles is also appropriate for our co-main event. That's at 165 pounds, Connor Tierney versus Joe Elmore.
Yeah, Joe Elmore, you can just see from the press conference, he's kind of a madman. You know, he goes out there, he's sweating through his suit. He just can't wait to get out there. He loves this. This has changed his career and his life in many ways. Connor Tierney, he's going to be elusive. He's going to be slick. He's going to be smart. He's going to try and outpoint you or knock you out by being smart.
This is the global expansion of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Full credit to our president, founder, and CEO, David Feldman. His vision to bring bare knuckle fighting, this great sport that, again, has its roots here in the United Kingdom from the 1700s into the modern era. We began in Cheyenne, Wyoming. BKFC won June 2nd, 2018. Tonight, Chris, we're here at Wembley Arena.
Unbelievable, and just seeing how many people are getting involved with this sport and the places that are open up, it reminds me of UFC back in the day. Just, it took a while for people to understand, but now they're learning about this is, in my opinion, safer than boxing, safer than MMA. It's very safe as far as combative sports goes. You might bleed a little bit more, but you're not going to have the brain problems from, you know, continuing getting hit.
You've been with us for our BKFC 27 London prelims. 3 fights, 3 finishes. Watching live worldwide online. Moments away, top of the hour, we begin our main card. Again, 9 bouts in total. BKFC 27 from OVO Arena, Wembley. The way to watch is on the all-new BKFC app. You can scan the QR code. That will get you directly to it. If you have not ordered the app, do so now. It is truly the best value in all of combat sports, just $4.99 per month. Cyrus Fees, Jeff Houston, Chris Lights Out Lytle, and myself, Sean Wheelock, will see you top of the hour on the BKFC app for BKFC 27.
Christine Misfit Ferry.
They're in trouble, and down she goes.
Taylor, you say you're not scared, then sign the dotted line.
Down goes Teresa Segala.
Fuck any of these bitches that want to get in my fucking way.
That's a legitimate knockdown. The third of this fight. This is an
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship has a huge selection of merch to choose from at bareknuckleshop.com. To celebrate our debut in London, BKFC has released limited edition Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship London apparel and football jerseys. They're available now at bareknuckleshop.com.